Just ask those, ask like,
Either or.
That's going in there.
is it straight?
I think Nate's playing with you.
Right here?
Thank you. Or you can clip it. It's okay. Hey. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
My name is Mr. Sendejo.
Can you move it?
My name is Nate.
My name is Isabella Diaz.
My name is Sadie Pies.
My name is Paz Hollaback.
My name is Chelsea Guerra.
My name is Davina Mike. My name is Audrey Prince.
I'm part of the XavierFabLab'. Can you explain to us what the XavierFabLab is?
How much detail do you want me to get into here?
As much as you'd like.
Because the vision started like 5 years ago. No, actually like 6 years ago. I remember I used to teach Intro to Makerspace as a freshman. And, you know, we're making all these cool things and they're giving them to their family. I was like, man, we should have a Xavier Etsy. And I remember one day after, I think it was robotics class, we skipped the lesson, pulled this up, and just did a brainstorming session. We filled the whole whiteboard of notes for, well, what is now the Fab Lab. So they gave us a generous grant where we were able to buy our Trotec Speedy 360 80-watt laser, our heat press, and a direct-to-garment Epson F2270 garment printer.
And what was the process like getting those instruments into our classroom?
Oh my gosh, I have some photos of me driving to Orange County, right outside of Disneyland, like in Anaheim. They loaded the Trotec laser with a forklift. I'll get some photos for that. And then driving all the way by myself, and the roads, the freeways are really bumpy, right? So like, I thought I was going to break on the way here. I'm so stressed out.
To explain a little bit about the golf tournament project, we first got our design from Miss Peggy and Miss Alexis from the directors of the golf tournament, and I went ahead and threw it into Inkscape. I did a few edits and checked with Dodie and Reggie to make sure that it fit in the Xavier guidelines. And then after that, we went ahead and tested on one of our extra glasses to see how the glass would react to the laser, because we hadn't used a glass like this before. And after lots and lots of trial and error, and thanks to Nate's help, we came up with a mechanism with some duct tape rolls, a t-shirt, and a Lego block from Mr. Sendejo's classroom that was able to hold our glass steady and in a straight line so that the laser wouldn't be able to move the glass and mess up the design, as well as keep our design as straight as possible. However, we did run into a few problems, which included our glass was a bit bumpy, and so it was difficult to make the design super straight. But we accepted that challenge and understood that it's not always going to be perfect, but we can try our best. So after we went ahead and printed all 8 of the glasses, and this is our final product.
Yeah, so I worked with another classmate and my friend to make those jazz band shirts for Mr. Epstein. And to make them, we first got a reference design of the design that he had used in past years. And we sort of saw what elements we wanted to keep from that design and which ones we wanted to completely change and transform and make our own. And so me and her worked on the computer on Inkscape, and we figured out different instruments and images of like musical images that we wanted to add to the shirt. And once we were finished with the design, then we started sizing it out on the garment creator to create the t-shirts. And then we got to printing, and yeah, that was a really fun process with using the t-shirt printer. So yeah.
The most recent project that me and Davina tackled was the boys varsity and JV soccer awards. The clip before was the laser cutter creating a prototype of the award in cardboard. This is how it turned out.
Gorgeous.
The design and creation process is a combination of trial and error and constant communication between us and the customer. Okay, so this is our design out of the big laser, and now we're gonna clean it off. How our prototype looks. Once we developed a prototype we were satisfied with, we went and got some feedback from Reggie, who overlooks all the designs. Though the soccer awards are still a work in progress, Davina and I have spent considerable amounts of time working on other projects like making ambassador shirts, making gifts for friends and family, and making decorations for school events.
That process was it's been it has its ups and downs. Mr. Virtue is a I love Mr. Virtue, but he's a very specific person in what he wants, and he the project we did for him was very challenging, but it came along, and we're slowly getting it. And I think I ended up making like 14 different versions of the shirt that he wanted, so that was pretty hard.
I think my perfectionism has been tested here in the Xavier Fab Lab. Like, I tend to spend a lot of time trying to make things exact and perfect, and I've realized that not everything always turns out the right way. For example, we just did one of our major projects of the year that I was lucky enough to work on was our golf tournament awards. And the product that our client gave us was a little difficult to work with, just like the material itself was a little bumpy, scratched, and whatnot. But we just made the best of it, and I think our product turned out great. So I think just kind of rolling with the punches a little bit, and yeah. So I think that's the hardest thing I've like had to overcome is just understanding like not everything's gonna be perfect, and like that's okay.
Some difficulties I've had was figuring out a lot of the software that we use, like the Inkscape software, and troubleshooting on there. As well as when I'm like printing t-shirts, fitting the image that I made on the shirt and making sure that it's symmetrical, sizing it out. Those are just some of the issues that I've come across, but I've learned from my peers and gotten better at those over time.
A lot of difficulties were like at first it was kind of hard to learn Inkscape, and it was very confusing, and I didn't know if my computer had that capability of doing what it does. But over time, it kind of became easier, and now like I feel like more efficient with it.
With our project, we had a lot of difficulties with the printing machine. Um, a lot of times the ink was coming out unclear when we would check it before printing our shirts. And we overcame this by adding a humidifier and having back-to-back conversation with um, the producers of the Epson printer. And we were able to figure out that the reason for our shirts being coming out a little splotchy was the humidity and the amount of use that we're using them, using the printing machine was a little bit low. The Xavier Fab Lab means having and being in a community, a tight knit community. There's about like 7 people in this class, and over the course of the year, you really create a family, and we all put our heads together to complete projects and help the school and all our customers. So
I see it as a space where we can be creative and express our creativity.
The Xavier Fab Lab means a lot of things to me. It means teamwork, coming together as a class to create things and trusting each other. And that's it.
The Xavier Fab Lab means teamwork, collaboration, creativity, combining all of the special parts of all of us together to make special products for other people, to assist in school functions, and just have a lot of fun and collaboration working together.
I think the Xavier Fab Lab is a place that we can all collaborate and share our ideas with each other without any judgment, and we can really be ourselves. I think it really helps that it's a group of a class of like a small group of kids. There's only about 7 of us in the class, right? Yeah, 7 of us. Yeah. So we're almost like a little family in here. I tend to come after school and work on projects, and I'll tell Mr. Zendejo I've made it to my second home because I spend a lot of time in here. And so I think it's just a great place for everyone to feel comfortable, share their ideas, and make what they want to make.
Xavier Fab Lab means to me making a lot of stuff and working with people.
The Xavier Fab Lab means to me, I feel like it's just feel like we're all a team. It's just a big family. I really like coming to this class because it's just like a distraction. Like I always look forward to coming here.
My name is Dodie Rover. I'm a founder and I'm vice president of advancement.
Awesome. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your involvement in the Xavier Fab Lab?
Well, here's the deal. I find this great guy who teaches a great class, who grows great kids and gets them to see a huge, large picture of how to take their knowledge and actually make things, like physical, touchable things.
Oh, look, she has some stuff we made on her desk.
And this teacher gets these kids to do this stuff, and it's awesome. So they design this stuff through their computer, through the class, and then manufacture it, figure out the costing of it, work out a P&L for it, like literally a cost basis production. And then they're able to help Xavier thank people who continue to make things like this class possible through donations of equipment, time, other resources. And as a result, these kids are freaking awesome.
My name is Reggie Rover Sperber. I am the Director of Community Engagement.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about your engagement with the Xavier Fab Lab?
So I work with the Fab Lab to approve all their final designs. I advise them with sizing, spacing. We talk about materials. We talk about what the goal of the project is. Basically, just give my opinion on their work and see how we can better refine it.
Yeah, you kind of have the hard job where you have to tell us everything that's wrong with our project.
This is true.
How does that make you feel?
You know, someone's got to do it. And sometimes it just is what it is. And there's a lot of things that you guys do super well, but I think there's also things that from my experience and work and all the things that I do in my job that I can teach you guys about, you know, things that I think could be a little more specific or change slightly or alter just to have the best output of the overall design. And to teach you guys also like bigger picture things so you have these skills moving forward in your life.
So you're not only part of the administration here at Xavier, but you're also the dance coach.
Yes,
and
I am.
You had the honor of being our first customer. So can you tell us a
Yes!
little bit about that project?
I was the first customer. So for dance team, we do this little thing for the freshmen where we surprise them with a cute breakfast, team initiation of sorts. They think they're running a whole lot of laps at a morning practice, and then they come around to a nice, beautiful setup breakfast. If you know an incoming freshman, please don't tell them. It's top secret. But we have shirts and we do this little project where all the team members write little notes to each other or funny things on the back of a t-shirt. And I called my good friend Eddie Sendejo and I said, I have a project for you. And Sadie, who's actually behind the camera, is on my team and was able to help with the project since she was on the non-secret side of it. And it was awesome. And then I took a picture of all the girls in their shirts, framed it for Eddie, had them all sign it for Sadie and Eddie as a thank you, that we are proud first customers of the Fab Lab. And it was a great experience, and the shirts were great, and the girls wear them all the time. So good experience overall.
This shirt I made for Paloma. Gorgeous. So what do you think about it?
I love it. It's so pretty. Thank you.
My name is Marcy Qualiani. I'm the Director of Admissions.
Hello, my name is Miss Felina. My role here on campus is the assistant to the president and the principal of our school. So Mr. Campbell, Mr. Howard, I'm their assistant.
We had asked the team of young ladies here to make an ambassador t-shirt for our student ambassadors who are representing our school and helping us with different functions. So that's the front. And this is the back. As you see, they came out lovely. Did a fabulous job. The coloring is great. The spacing is great, and they were excellent to work with.
When Miss Marcy jumped into her role as the admissions director, we brought back to school student ambassadors. They do some very specific things for us for certain events, and we wanted to get them some t-shirts. So we asked you guys to help us create that.
What would you rate your experience with us from a 1 to 10?
Oh, definitely a 10.
Okay.
Definitely 10. These two ladies were fabulous. They were on it. They came over, asked our opinions. They tweaked everything that we asked them to change, little sizing here and there, and did a absolutely great job.
What's your name?
I'm Mr. Virtue.
And what kind of like t-shirts are we making for you?
So we're making shirts for our drama class, and all the roles and the positions in the class are going to be on the front. On the back, we're going to have all the names of the cast with some curtains. It's going to look really pretty.
Okay. And like from a scale from 1 to 10, what's been your experience working with me and Nate?
So 10 being like excellent, professional, and 1 being terrible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely a 10. Okay. Every 7th period, I look forward to that knock at the door because I know I'm going to be receiving a level of customer service that I've never received before. Okay. Every request I make is taken seriously. It's done. I come back next week, it's fixed, right? You're open to critique. You have good ideas. You came with your own ideas. We shared, we commiserated. I have nothing but positive things to say about my experience.
Hi, my name is Isabella Diaz.
And I'm Audrey Prince. And we're part of the XavierFabLab team here today interviewing
Mr. Epstein.
And we're gonna ask him some questions about his experience working with the Fab Lab and ordering products from us.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, rate your experience with us and why.
Well, seeing this was the first time this has ever been done, I don't have much to compare it to, but I can say that my expectations were far exceeded because I didn't know that customer service could be so awesome. And here at a student level, we have dealt with other organizations, actual stores before, and they didn't seem as concerned about the design, what it looked like. They didn't ask me repeatedly for my input, so all that was super appreciated. So it's definitely a 10.
How did you feel when you saw the shirts for the first time?
I was super excited because I didn't expect them so fast. Usually when stores give you a time, it's at best it'll be that time, but usually maybe, oh, we're running behind and it's like a week later. You were always early, which made me happy. So I think considering that most stores have a deadline, but it's kind of nice when you are earlier than the deadline.
I'd just like to thank Mr. Sendejo because this class is probably the best class that I take here this year. Don't tell any other teachers. But it's so much fun, and I'm so happy and fortunate that I took this class. And I want to thank everyone else in the class, too, for making it so special. And just, we have a lot of fun together. So, yeah.
Probably that I enjoy spending a lot of time with everyone here. Even though it is a small class, I feel like we all bond really well. And I think that's just what makes it more fun.
I just want to thank Mr. Sendejo because it kind of like brought me out of like my comfort zone. And at first I didn't know whether I wanted to continue this class or not, but over time I trusted it, and this is probably the best class I've been a part of. So, yeah.
Well, one of my and I shared this with the class, one of my proudest moments was during that Anderson Children's Foundation presentation. When you presented to them, and Miss Doty was here as well, it was a really proud moment. After all these years teaching and seeing what you guys are doing up here, and doing above and beyond what we expected, I'm just grateful for the opportunity, for the class, for all of y'all. You guys will be forever a part of me and my journey in education and forming students.